Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka Violet Kitty 411, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has been engaging with comments, likes, and subscribing. I do appreciate it so much as we enjoy the #1 game in the Sims franchise. So do continue to comment. I do try to respond to everyone. Today's client, I should say, is John Mole. Watching others is what John does best. Will he finally learn to live his own life? So here's our poor client thinking about his deceased mother, whom I think died. I'm pretty sure she was killed by enemy spies. John comes from a long line of highly intelligent, highly trained, and mysteriously disappearing intelligence agents. Will he learn to live his own life rather than spying on others? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at his home. So the lot is cozy and makes pretty good use of the lot. The one thing I have a problem with the lot is actually that the fence doesn't go to the edge. So that's basically a waste of about 60 tiles of space. Otherwise, I don't really have a problem with the lot, and I don't think I'll be reorienting it because that just doesn't seem like something that I really need to do. But overall, I don't have a problem with that. The roof line, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I've tried a lot of the auto roofs, and this is almost identical to one of the auto roofs on it, with the exception of having this detail at the front of the gable. But otherwise, I'm not sure about the auto roof. However, and there's always going to be a however, as we look into it, the house is giving me some serious Curious Brothers vibes. It really is. So I feel like I might lean into that just a little. I mean, look at this. It's done completely the way the Curious Brothers is. And so it's really a nice bachelor pad. A little bit awkward in the allocation of space and space planning, but not terrible. I mean, it can be improved. I find that having a large plate glass mirror directly across from the toilet is a little bit disturbing, because is he supposed to be watching himself while he's pooping? Just a curious question of mine. It really is. And why in 8 expansion packs have we never gotten another shower tub combo, and we only had the one color of the cheap one? That's always bothered me. I should see if I can find recolors of that cheap one, because this does bother me. All right, so anyway, this is the house. We've got a 19 tile bedroom with nothing other than a bed, a light, a picture, and a bench press. We've got a 20 tile kitchen, most of which is not actively being used, so it is a waste of space. And we've got the 9 tile bathroom, which in a house this size I feel is pretty inappropriate, but that's okay. And then of course we do have the rest allocated to regular living. Like I said, it does give me Curious vibes. For one thing, it's completely this white brick texture with the black windows like the Curious house is. Plus, there is something about John that he's inappropriately assigned as popularity. Look at this. He's 3 points of shy, which is not a good characteristic for a popularity sim. It would make socializing very painful for him. And his lifetime hobby is actually tinkering, which to me, this actually, I would call him a family sim. So either we completely reallocate his personality, or we give him the secondary personality of either family or knowledge. But I just don't feel like he is appropriately assigned. And he looks quite delightful, and he's led a very tragic life. If you go through his memories, he was orphaned young. Like, you know, his father died when he was a toddler, his mother died when he was a child. It's just, and he grew up poorly. His grandmother died while he was still a teenager, so he was all alone in the world. And so yes, he's had a kiss with a mystery sim, and he's kind of interested in Sharon Worth, but I just don't think that's the girl for him. So anyway, let's go ahead, get him evicted, and then start choosing what we need to do for him. Okay, so I actually did put his desk, since it had a computer on it, in his inventory, because computers depreciate instantly and I wanted to not lose that. And so I have 50,311 to work with. So of course, allocation of space is going to be our biggest issue here. And why can I not grab that? There we go. And we're going to go ahead and just actually move that right like that, so all the walls are the same. Like I said, I'm getting some pretty serious Curious vibes from this, and so I'm thinking that might be the way I go with this. And oh, those are two different colored floors. I didn't realize that. Okay. Okay, so I am going to think along the line of the Curious brothers, because I feel like he might be a long lost Curious, especially because he had a telescope, and we'll make sure he gets that back. And not sure if you know this, but when you look through the telescope, the person who comes during the daytime, I should say, the person who comes to shove you is the person with the lowest character number in the neighborhood. So in Desiderata Valley, that would actually be Luis Espir, and I can figure out all the others. I know off the top of my head, it's Mortimer in Pleasant View, Viking Curious in Strangetown, and Consort Cap in Veronaville. And since I really liked all the textures of the floors for this particular build, I'm going to go ahead and put them here. Just, I'm not guaranteed to use them, but that way I can pull them up quickly before I got rid of them. So let me come up with a floor plan. So this is decidedly a bachelor pad, and while I could probably squeeze in 2 bedrooms, I don't really see that as being a thing unless I were to actually create an extension, and I don't really want to crowd out his exterior. So I'm just going to keep this as the 1-bedroom bachelor pad. And so we'll keep it like this. That will be his bedroom without that little cutaway. And then we're going to give him an 8-tile bathroom right here. And this will be his kitchen area. That way, ideally, his kitchen and his bathroom will be sharing plumbing lines. And that's really, efficiency is a thing when it comes to plumbing. Now let's go ahead and increase this yard by giving the wall to the edge, also filling in the discrete concrete and extending the pool 4 more tiles. Now I did think about changing the roof a lot, and let me show you kind of what I was going through here. I kind of looked at the various auto roofs to see if any could give me an idea of something else, but really wasn't pleased with any of those. So here's what it came with. And then I thought about possibly using this tile and creating something like we have on the Curious household, is a lookout roof, and also using one of these. And also what's really nice about these is they are free when you place them. They're impossible, or you have to pay for them when you purchase them, but if you place them before they live there, it's free. Using something like that. But what really occurred to me is John is a secret agent. And so he's probably aiming to be inconspicuous because, yeah, his parents got murdered. So I just don't think that's the best idea for him. And also, John, his lifetime goal is to actually be Captain Hero, which is also a family lifetime goal in addition to a popularity. And that's another reason he really strikes me. He's inappropriately assigned as a popularity sim. So anyway, the thing that I think I'm just going to do is drop the roof down to 30 degrees. And that's the only change I'm making to the roof. But trust me, I thought about it long and hard. Now, if I wanted to squeeze another bedroom in here, instead of having this area dedicated to the kitchen, I would actually section that off as a second small bedroom for a baby or roommate if he took one on. And then I would use a half wall right here, and this little area would be a kitchen, but it would be pretty open air. So that's what I would do, but I'm not doing this because this is his bachelor pad. Now, I did want him to have something very modern and stylish, so we're going to go ahead and use the kitchens and baths for this, the new thin tile. We want it pretty bright in the bathroom, so you don't want to create a super dark. I just don't want super dark for him. But for this, we're going to do the modern cookery tile right like that. I think that's clean. And also, instead of this brick, which feels very, very cold, I am going to go ahead and go into the socialite, where we have a great ornator. And it's still gray. Gray can feel very warm. As a matter of fact, my home, I am in the process of redesigning my home, and I have all gray walls. So I think that's what we're going to do with this. And let's go ahead and start furnishing it. So we will go ahead and use the stylish kitchen stuff instead of the Freetime stuff for him. Do that, and I want a combination. You don't want it too dark, you don't want it too oppressive, and I don't think there is actually a stove for this, is there? No, there is not actually a higher end black stove, so I'm going to use the less higher end stove and hope he doesn't catch fire. But of course, that's why we have fire alarms, because yeah, that's Mondo Fuego. Yeah, it catches fire pretty easily, but we're gonna always put a fire alarm in there, so he should be fine, hopefully. Now, he only had dining for one, which is perfectly acceptable. He is a bachelor, so I could do that by putting this little guy right either here or here. But I could create dining for four by going ahead and, or at least three, not four. We could do that, or we could put it right here. We could create dining for three, but I don't feel the need. This is his bachelor pad, but you know what? We are going to do dining for two. And we will put that right like that. Now the bathroom, I wanted to create a shower stall with a bathtub, have the toilet, the sink vanity, and a mirror. Now, I was thinking about his bedroom, and I really decided to go with the IKEA for this stuff because I wanted it black and sleek, and the IKEA worked well. This is the best of the IKEA beds. Plus, he didn't have either a dresser or a nightstand, and these dressers from IKEA serve as both. And we will go ahead and give him the Pet Stories workout machine because it's a bit more modern looking. It goes a little better with his aesthetic. Plus, it's significantly less expensive. So for the main living area, I wanted to have the entertainment and knowledge area right there, and then the sitting area there with the fireplace. And I know I said I had his desk in his inventory, and I do, but once I place the computer that's in his inventory, I will sell that desk and chair. Over here we have our little dining area, and then a dresser along with a telephone right inside the front door, like I always like to have. So basically it is fully furnished now. I just need to add the accents because I have up until about $47,000 to hit the same level that he had before, and I'm at $39,639, so I have about 8,000 more to spend in decorative items. So now let's take a look at the finished result. Of course, I didn't do anything to the exterior other than drop the roof slope by 15 degrees and bumping out the security wall by one tile all the way around so he has full advantage of that lot. And I did give him the tinkering car because that is his lifetime hobby. And I figured that he would enjoy a little fountain in the backyard. And, oh, also I did increase the pool by one tile width, so it's less like a postage stamp. And then entering the home, we are presented with a lot of nice, comforting grays as opposed to the cold, stark white brick. So it's, even though it's very neutral, it maintains the same feel. It's just more comfortable. Over here we have his sitting area with his fireplace. I will put the computer right here. He has a lovely poster of Sims 3. Not that we like Sims 3, but we like the poster for it well enough. And he can bring either Sharon or maybe Natasha over for a little home date, which he didn't have room for. He does have the gourmet kitchen, everything in it that he could possibly need. He has a award of excellence for some reason. Not sure what he got it for, but there we go. He's got the walk-in shower and a very, very clean lined bathroom. And his bedroom also very clean. We've got the robot because he does like tinkering. He doesn't much care for science, but it just balanced things. And his workout bench so he can excel at his job. And overall, everything is very sharp looking, high-end stuff. The atomic stuff looks great in his home. And I'm sure that he is absolutely going to love this place. Let's go ahead and put him in. I did actually go just a little bit higher than I had wanted with the budget, but that's fine. I've come in a lot tighter on other budgets. All right, he is making a beeline for, what you going for there, John? The diving board. Okay, great. Well, you know, nothing like having your goals. It's hailing anyway, so you should just go ahead, go inside, empty that bladder, take a quick shower. Why don't you make a group meal of spaghetti? That sounds like a great idea. Let's go grab that package from Mr. Humble. Wonderful. Now you have 2 computers. We can sell that one, but you still get to keep the Sims 3 game. So yes, here we have deleted that from his inventory, but you do still get to play The Sims 3. So, yep, didn't know if you knew that. And I gave him the full kitchen so he has not just for his convenience, but things to do. Because you don't want to be working on the car in bad weather. That hail is really coming down. I've never seen it accumulate quite so badly. And just look at this attention to detail. To quote Satch, Sims 4 could never. And he's getting some web browsing in about tinkering. Good for you, John. Well, I think this is going to work out great for him. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the pixelated world, and that's all I have to say. VK out.